Mobile gamers of YouTube, I'm here today to share with you guys the 4 most interesting games I played last week. So buckle up and be prepared for a quick dive into an endless fantasy castle defense game, a brand new Pokemon RPG, a hardcore 2D platformer that'll make you want to throw your phone out the window, so fair warning there, and lastly a 3D MMORPG Crusaders of Light competitor. Now I've saved my favorite game of the week for the end of this video, but as I go through this week's games, do let me know if you've played any awesome new mobile games this week and I might just check them out in a future video. But for now, let's kick things off with today's first game. Almost There the Platformer is a minimalistic, hardcore 2D platformer where we speedrun to complete each of the game's 150 levels so fast that we get 3 stars. The game is fun and it's simple, with a nice balance to the gameplay that makes it easy to gain 1 star in each level, but near impossible to finish at 3 stars. On Android, the game is free to try with a steep $6 in-app purchase to unlock the full game and remove all advertisements, and on iOS it comes at a $4.99 premium price. This does make the game pricier than Geometry Dash and other competitors, but if you've already played those, then this is a fresh stint of gameplay that will keep you on the edge of your seat for hours on end. The game can be played offline, it takes up 187 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you like hardcore and challenging 2D platformers, you should definitely give Almost There a play. Pokémon Masters has us take 3 Pokémon with us into action-based PvE and co-op battles, as opposed to the turn-based combat found in most Pokémon games. The game isn't exactly an old-school Pokémon RPG though, deviating heavily from the gameplay found in the mainline Pokemon games, but it has nonetheless kept me entertained all of this week. Now, I was very happy to see that there's no energy system, and because there's no PvP either, players who spend money on the game don't negatively impact a free player's experience of the game. There is a nice and decent depth to the game as well, and you have to think fast and be smart during combat, but the game remains a somewhat casual experience overall. New Pokemon are unlocked through campaign missions and a gacha unlocking mechanic, which understandably is most people's gripe with this game. The game is somewhat generous with the free premium currency though, and we fortunately don't need to continue unlocking new Pokemon to continue playing the game. But if you plan to unlock all of the Pokemons and catch them all, then you'll probably have to dig really deep into your pockets. The game requires online access, it takes up 1.29 gigabytes of space, it's available on Android and on iOS, and if you're looking for a casual Pokemon mobile experience, Pokémon Masters is definitely worth taking for a spin. Now today's next game is Perfect World Mobile, and it's a 3D World of Warcraft-like MMORPG where we can literally fly around to explore the entire open world using visual pleasing skills with silky smooth animations to defeat the monsters roaming the world. The game very clearly aims to be a Crusaders of Light competitor, and with English voiced cutscenes and very in-depth character creation and customization, it actually does so decently well as well. However, sadly, the game features many pay-to-win in-app purchases, the combat system isn't particularly interesting, and the auto system is almost required to progress through the game's quest line, which will be a huge letdown for a lot of players, I'm afraid. The game requires online access, it takes up a whopping 3 gigabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you've grown tired of Crusaders of Light and you're looking for a replacement, then Perfect World Mobile is worth considering checking out because although it's heavily pay-to-win, it does have a few things going for it as well. And then here we are already at the last game of today's video, and it's called Days Bygone, and it's an endless castle defense game about throwing weapons at enemy creatures, storming our walls, upgrading units to help us defend, and then slowly upgrading our stats and our weapon. With multiple game modes, gameplay that can be as active or as passive as you want it to be, and lots of depth because of the many upgrades, the game is great fun if you enjoy castle defenders. And then maybe best of all, because the game monetizes through in-app purchases to unlock convenience features and optional video advertisements, the game is easily enjoyable as a free-to-play user as well. And I actually felt less forced to watch advertisements to proceed in this game than in competing castle defense titles. The game is offline playable, it takes up only 89 megabytes of space, it's available on Android for the time being, with an iOS release coming soon, at least according to the game's Reddit community, and if you enjoy endless castle defenders and you don't mind a bit of grind, Days Bygone is a great game that I can easily recommend you to check out, and it's also my favorite game of the week. Thank you very much for sticking around today. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, that you'll leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, but most importantly, that you'll keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.